So coming to our regular concepts, actually our topic is all about mathematics in physics. So while dealing with this mathematics in physics, the last class we have dealt with one mathematical equation like y equal to mx plus c. For this particular standard form of mathematical equation, the graph is a straight line which is not passing through origin. Of course, you have learned a graph is a diagrammatic representation given to a mathematical equation on taking for different variables of x and then variables of y, locating them as ordered pairs in the graph. The graph may be a line or a curve. But when the graph is a straight line, the slope remains constant everywhere and at any point on that straight line. Yes, y equal to mx plus c represents a straight line with constant slope m and y-intercept c. But this line will not pass through origin. So in that case, we come across different situations. You have learned already. When you are dealing with y equal to mx plus c, your graph may be a straight line in this way. Once look at this, in this way. Here is y-intercept c, which is positive. Here theta, inclination of the line, so that the slope is negative because theta greater than 90. So in this particular case, slope is negative by y-intercept is positive. But what you need to understand a little more is, of course, this point you learned x-intercept. This is origin. What you need to understand, at x-intercept, y-coordinate is 0 and at y-intercept, x-coordinate is 0. This is what you need to understand. Simply to say, you take any point that lies on x-axis where y-coordinate will be 0, because y-coordinate represents the perpendicular distance from x-axis. When your point is on x-axis, then y equal to 0. X-coordinate represents the perpendicular distance from y-axis. But if your point lies on y-axis, then x-coordinate must be 0. So for any point on x-axis, y-coordinate is 0. For any point on y-axis, x-coordinate 0. This is the point what you need to remember. And next thing, one more, as m equal to tan theta, you learned theta greater than 90, tan theta will be negative. Theta less than 90, tan theta will be positive. At the same time, if you are talking about slope of x-axis, 0, because theta equal to 0 degrees, tan 0 degrees, 0. If you are talking about slope of y-axis, can't be defined, because when theta equal to 90 degrees, tan 90 degrees tends to infinite. That's what you need to understand. So now once look at this straight line y equal to mx plus c, whose y-intercept positive and whose slope is negative. Let me connect this with physics. If you are talking about equations of motion, hope you remember equations of motion, which you can understand this graph easily with them. You know the velocity of a body moving with uniform acceleration is given by v equal to u plus at. Do you remember this? The velocity of a uniformly accelerated body at any instant of time is v equal to u plus at. Of course, u is the initial velocity. Velocity at t equal to 0. A is the constant acceleration. Now let me compare this with y equal to mx plus c. Sir, how can you compare? Yes. V equal to a into t plus u, compare with y equal to m into x plus c. Means what? If you are coming across velocity time graph, time on x-axis, velocity on y-axis, time on x-axis, velocity on y-axis. Velocity versus a time graph, if you have taken, in this particular example, your y-intercept is positive and the slope is negative, you know very well. But this equation tells you that the slope of velocity time graph will give acceleration m equal to a. M coincides with a, means the slope of velocity versus a time graph will give acceleration. This is the first point you need to note. The slope of displacement versus a time graph gives velocity. You have learned it already. The slope of velocity versus a time graph will give acceleration. But in this particular example, if here it is your velocity time graph, you suppose it is not compulsory your velocity time graph should be like that. If your velocity time graph, your velocity versus a time graph is a straight line in this way, means having y-intercept positive and the slope is negative. It means that first point, slope negative means acceleration is negative. Means your body traveling with deceleration. What you need to understand. Because whenever the acceleration of your body is negative, your body is said to be moving with deceleration. Means this is velocity time graph for a body moving with deceleration, constant deceleration. That's what you need to understand. This is how we connect this with physics. So usually you keep this everything aside. Only look at velocity time graph. Just look at velocity time graph. On seeing velocity time graph as a straight line, first something should strike your mind. That is, yes, as a graph is a straight line with y-intercept, that is y equal to mx plus c, means v equal to u plus at or at plus u. Immediately you have to say the slope of this straight line is constant. I know slope of velocity time graph represents acceleration, means this is representing a body moving with constant acceleration. But as the inclination is greater than 90 degrees, the slope is negative, means acceleration is negative, means my body moving with deceleration. These are the conclusions you have to draw out on seeing this graph after learning this, not keeping side by side. Then you may get the doubt, sir, at what time my body comes to zero as it is moving with the deceleration, you know. So after some time your velocity of the body comes to zero. You know, v equal to 0 means y coordinate must be 0 because velocity taken on y axis. V equal to 0 on x axis means here. So at this instant of time, at this instant of time, the velocity of the body will be 0. But you see, at the y-intercept, you know, x equal to 0 means the time equal to 0 because on x-axis you have taken time. At t equal to 0, whatever the velocity value, you know it is initial velocity. Means here u represents y-intercept. That is initial velocity. So from this particular graph, you can say what is initial velocity of the body and the body moving with deceleration and at what time the velocity of the body becomes 0. Everything you can conclude from the graph. Everything. Now how to apply this further? Further how to apply this? Let me give you one more example. Look at this ones. Once look at this. Are you looking at the straight line? What graph it is? Velocity taken on y-axis, time taken on x-axis. So it is velocity time graph. How is the graph? Straight line. Hope you are seeing something is running in your mind. Why sir mentioned a dotted line here? Because I told you, in the second quadrant and third quadrant, x coordinate negative. Here my x coordinate is time. Time never be negative. That's why whatever the graph do not exist in second quadrant and third quadrant. That's why I have given with a dotted line. Sir, then from where my graph starts? Yes, from here your graph starts, which is y-intercept here, and goes like this. So first of all, on seeing the graph, what you need to understand? Sir, first point, my velocity time graph is a straight line. This is the first point on seeing the graph. You should note down. This is how you need to practice yourself, graph questions. Your graph is a straight line, first point. And the straight line is not passing through origin. So immediately it is of the form y equal to mx plus c. Of course, m for slope. Here my graph is velocity versus time graph. Then I know the slope of velocity time graph represents what? Acceleration. On y-axis, velocity. On x-axis, time. So this is of the form v equal to at plus u, because y-intercept represents velocity at t equal to 0, you know. On y-axis x coordinate 0, you know. So y-intercept represents velocity at t equal to 0. So u is equal to c. This is what you can write, initial velocity. M equal to a, acceleration. Sir, how to get that acceleration? Yes. Take the line parallel to positive direction of x-axis, and your graph is making some angle here theta, then m equal to tan theta. Here theta less than 90 degrees, so m is positive, means acceleration is positive. Join all this to give a conclusion. Means this graph represents the velocity time graph for a particle, for a body moving with constant acceleration. Acceleration, not deceleration, because slope is positive. Constant acceleration with initial velocity c. Here 3 into 3, 5 is 5, 6 is 6, whatever it is. With initial velocity. And what is that acceleration? If you wish to know, here if theta equal to 30 degrees, tan 30 degrees 1 by root 3. If theta is equal to 45 degrees, tan 45 degrees equal to 1. Like that you come across the calculation of acceleration. Of course, this is the straight line for which y-intercept positive and slope is positive, which represents y equal to mx plus c, with m is positive and c is positive, of course. You have learned 4 cases. This is how you should be able to analyze graph that is connecting with physics. So y equal to mx plus c is a mathematical equation whose graph will be a straight line not passing through origin. Earlier y equal to mx whose graph is a straight line passing through origin. In these two conclusions mainly we have to draw out. First of all, the slope of displacement versus a time graph will give velocity. The slope of velocity versus a time graph will give acceleration. If a slope is negative for theta greater than 90, acceleration negative, means your body moving with the deceleration. If slope is positive for theta less than 90, then acceleration positive, means your body moving with the acceleration. So this is accelerated body, this is a decelerated body, and their velocity versus time graph. Velocity versus a time graph for accelerated body. This is for decelerated body. You may say, sir, my body starts from rest. The initial velocity of the body is 0. My body has started from rest. Means at t equal to 0, u equal to 0. If whenever body starts from rest, then your straight line will pass through origin, velocity time graph. If your body starts from rest moving with constant acceleration, then velocity time graph will be a straight line passing through origin, because when the body starts from rest, V equal to 0 at t equal to 0. So your graph will pass through origin. So what is the difference here? Here your body moving with uniform acceleration but has some initial velocity, maybe 10 meter per second or 20 meter per second. But here your body starts from rest. That's why here your graph, velocity time graph, has started from the origin, passing through origin. Represents y equal to mx, v equal to at. Y equal to mx, v equal to at. So this is how there will be conclusions on the graph y equal to mx plus c. See, this is all actually having a little more depth of mathematics. I'm not covering all. I'm telling you briefly in what manner few mathematical concepts can be connected with physics. Briefly I'm giving, but whenever the topic comes, whenever the point comes in physics, you will have some clarity of that concept while I'm dealing. If you are going through this briefly, in brief, I'm not telling the entire coordinate system which takes a lot of time. Just briefly, some idea I am giving on the coordinate system. So first I have given on y equal to mx. Now I have given on y equal to mx plus c. We go through few more equations now. With the two equations like y equal to mx and y equal to mx plus c, whose graphs are straight lines. Now here there is a mathematical equation like y is equal to k into x square, where k for constant, x and y are variables. Y equal to k into x square, whose graph will be a curve, and the curve is known as parabola. Let me explain in detail. Here if x equal to 0, then y equal to 0. If x equal to 1, y equal to 1. If x equal to 2, then y equal to 4. If x equal to minus 1, y equal to 1 itself. If x equal to minus 2, y equal to 4. So you come across a different ordered pairs like 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, minus 1, 1, minus 2, 4. These all ordered pairs should be located in the xy coordinate system, then you get the graph. So x equal to 1, y equal to 1 here. X equal to 2, but y equal to 4 here. X equal to 2, y is equal to 4 means here location. X equal to minus 1, y equal to plus 1 means here. X equal to minus 2, then y equal to plus 4 means here. X equal to 0, y equal to 0. This is how we locate all the ordered pairs that are obtained according to the mathematical equation y equal to k into x square. Of course, k is a constant, and in my particular example, I have supposed k equal to 1. Don't worry of that, don't get fear of that. K is equal to 1 if you have supposed. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4. If it is 1, that is the situation. It can be 2, 3, 4, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. I give more clarity on that later. So this is how y equal to kx square concept. Now if you are going to join all these points with your free hand, you come across a curve. Look at this. This curve is known as a parabola. So whenever mathematical equation is of the form y equal to k into x square, your graph is a curve and the curve is parabola. Of course, if you are going to look at this particular curve, have you seen this curve is passing through origin, and moreover this curve is symmetric about y-axis. Symmetric about y-axis. Have you seen? So when y is equal to kx square with k positive value, then your curve is a parabola symmetric about y-axis and passing through origin. This is how. Sir, if k is negative, k value minus 2, minus 3, then in that case, then you can expect all these y values are negative. Shall I repeat? When x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, y equal to kx square if you have substituted, x square is always positive because there is a square. If k is positive, y takes all positive values. That's why your curve will be in this way, above the x-axis, positive y region. If k is negative, then x square already positive, but k is a negative value, then all the y values will be negative. Means your parabolic curve will be concentrating in the negative y region like this. So this is y equal to kx square only, but with k negative value. Here k positive value. That in both the cases, the parabola is symmetric about y-axis, but symmetric about a positive y-axis, symmetric about a negative y-axis. This is what you need to understand. Sometimes your graph can be like this. Y is equal to kx square plus 2 with k positive, you suppose. Hope you are following. Y is equal to kx square plus 2. Y equal to kx square is a graph parabola symmetric about y-axis. Now kx square plus 2. So what? Yes, now also it is parabola symmetric about y-axis. No doubt in that. But the interesting point is, when x equal to 0 in this particular case, y not equal to 0, y equal to 2. In this case, when x equal to 0, y equal to 0. 0, 0 is the ordered pair. But in this particular equation, if x equal to 0, y equal to 2, means your parabolic curve do not pass through origin. That's all, nothing else. Your parabolic curve do not pass through origin. So here it can be like this. This is y and this is x. You know, when x equal to 0, y equal to 2. X equal to 0 lies on y-axis. So that your curve is symmetric about y-axis like this, and here y-intercept is 2. Because x equal to 0, y equal to 2. This is. So this is what you need to understand about the y equal to kx square. Then the graph is a parabola symmetric about y-axis. Now we connect this with physics. Once go through this. Hope you are writing down, I am keeping it in pause. What you need to understand here it is, as your graph is a curve, the slope of the curve is going to change. It will not remain same. So we discuss how do the slope changes and how to calculate the slope we discuss. But remember, in the case of curve, slope do not remain same at every point in the graph. It varies from one point to another point. Means variable slope, varying slope. Remember that. Now we connect with the physics. Shall I raise? For a very easy understanding, let me start with this. For a very easy understanding. So how to connect with this concept? Means, suppose for example, you have taken displacement s equal to 3t square plus 2. S equal to 3t square plus 2 is a mathematical equation. How the displacement varies with respect to time. S equal to 3t square plus 2. Then your displacement versus time graph will be a parabolic curve that is passing through y-axis like this. Symmetric about y-axis because y equal to kx square plus 2. But this is only what you need to explain with physics. You know, in the second quadrant time is negative, which is not possible. So that is the reason why your parabolic curve will exist up to that mark, here onwards. Here onwards it exists your parabolic curve. So as you have told in the mathematics like that, yes, in the mathematics that has x and y, but here s and t, where time never be negative in physics. That's why your curve exists only in first quadrant. This is what interesting point you need to understand. Of course, in this case, the slope of the curve varies from one point to another point. So what? Yes, the slope of displacement versus a time graph will give velocity. Means this particular graph shows that the particle is moving with a varying velocity because slope is varying, means velocity is varying, means our body is moving with acceleration. Because varying velocity means change in velocity, will have acceleration. So this is the displacement time graph for a body moving with acceleration. And at the same time, look at this point, which indicates t equal to 0, s equal to 2. Means, if this is fixed point from which you are measuring the displacement, your particle has started here, x equal to 2 meters. Here your particle has started at t equal to 0 and then moving. Means at the initial moment, at the moment you started your observation, your particle or your body is away from the fixed point from which you are measuring the displacement. That's why at t equal to 0, x equal to 2 meters. There onwards it has started and continuing the journey. That's why. If your particle has started from the fixed point from where you are measuring the displacement, then s equal to 0, at t equal to 0, then your graph should be passing through origin. See the interesting physics in maths. This is what you should understand. Here s equal to 0, at t equal to 0. Here s not equal to 0, at t equal to 0. This is what you need to understand. Now once look at this. If you are talking about that, s equal to 5t square, then your displacement versus a time graph is a parabolic curve that is passing through origin. But I have told you, time never be negative, so your curve do not exist in second or third quadrant. That's why your curve will be parabolic curve passing through origin, symmetric about y-axis, but like this. So where the slope is varying, so the motion is accelerated motion, no doubt. How to get the slope? I told you. At this point, if you wish to know the slope, draw a tangential line, measure this angle alpha. At this point, if you wish to measure the slope, draw a tangential line here and measure this angle is beta. Means slope at the point A is a tan alpha. Slope at the point B is a tan beta. Of course, you know beta greater than alpha, so that a tan beta greater than tan alpha means MB greater than MA. Means slope at the point B is more than slope at the point A. It means what? Your body is moving with acceleration and slope is increasing. Increasing the slope means velocity increasing, because your graph is a displacement versus time graph whose slope is increasing from A to B. How can you say? At A you have drawn a tangent, makes an angle alpha. At B you have drawn a tangent, makes an angle beta, but beta greater than alpha. So that tan beta greater than tan alpha means the slope of the curve at B is more than slope of the curve at A. Means the displacement time graph is a curve with increasing slope from A to B. It means that the velocity of the particle increasing from one point to another point. Means your body moving with acceleration. So this is how the concept of y equal to k into x square can be connected with physics. Still there is a lot of information to give, but here I don't give you in depth or in detail. Just briefly I tell you, my intention is, first of all, you should know the mathematical equations like y equal to mx plus c, kx square and all, and the shape of the graphs and their significance just briefly. When it comes in physics, then anyway I need to discuss in detail, then you will get more clarity. But this is my intention is just to introduce to you which you are having zero knowledge at this area. So my intention is to explain briefly all this analysis. So this is how ST graph can be explained, and the slope is going to vary. So your ST graph, which is a curve, is indicating that your body is accelerating. So this is how y equal to kx square. If you come across x equal to ky square, that is also a parabolic curve, but symmetric about x-axis. Of course, we discuss later. So this is all about the concept of y equal to kx square, whose graph is a curve and the curve is a parabolic curve, and you have seen how it is symmetric about y-axis. And coming to the physics, it will not lie in the second or third quadrant like that, because here time on x-axis there is a time never be negative. So when you are talking about ST graph or VT graph or AT graph, then in second and third quadrant your graph do not exist, because time never be negative. So this is all a brief introduction regarding the nature of the graph in which it is a curve. Still we have a little more information to discuss. Hope you are all going through this and making a notes briefly. These concepts, don't expect that you will get more perfection here itself, because I am not teaching the complete mathematics behind the screen. Just I am introducing the concept which you need to remember on learning, and you need to understand. Nothing to by heart here, don't by heart. When it comes in physics, I apply. If you are able to understand there, that is enough. So once learn properly, as it is the first time, it takes some time to get perfection in that area until you apply in physics. But first you learn, then you can apply in physics. Note down this. So we meet in the next class. Take care.